Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Warrior Esports 4th of July tournament, even though we're on the 5th of July. My name is Zarkath, and my co-caster today is Scapegoat.
Hello, everyone.
So, just a quick reminder, everyone, we got a YouTube channel and a Facebook page, and also there is a new donation button for anyone that wants to help make the stream or the tournament better. So everyone be aware of that. We got a really good field today. We got 11 teams. We got a couple of returning champions. We got Xanark and Apes coming back. The last time I casted's champion. You was bred, now you toast. Sadly, without the assistance of Pooty Spank today. Just a great turnout, everyone. And so we're going to have a Scapegoat kind of walk us through what kind of strategical anomalies or strategical play we're going to see from different teams today.
Well, so there's a lot of choices. We haven't seen anyone pick anything yet, but it seems like a lot of people are going with poke comps or full hard engage comps. Obviously, the pick comp has to pick away at their health until they can choose to engage and pick someone off, or the hard engage comp basically relies on just getting in there and fighting everybody, doing all the damage right away, so that the pick comp does not, or the poke comp does not have time to whittle them down.
Eric, you're kind of an almost diamond level player. What do you see as the major flaws in each individual play style, and what do you see as kind of how each individual play style should go about winning a game?
Well, so poke comp is really about staying far away, trying to disengage whenever the hard engaged team tries to get in there. So you really have to make sure to work on your positioning and make sure that you land your skill shots, because it's all about. They've nerfed Nidalee Spear, right? But Jace is still a strong poke. Who else is still really good in that? I feel like. Yasuo is still really. Yasuo is more of a hard engage, but Caitlyn, definitely. Varus, Ziggs, and using poke is really dangerous, because if you don't have proper disengage, you're gonna get steamrolled. If you make one mistake, right, and they catch that main poke champion, they're just gonna steamroll you, and so you need to stay far away and make sure to save your CC for a time when when they're trying to hard engage you. Someone like Zac is really going to mess that up, right? Orianna. Anyone who can just get in there, Nocturne, even Lee Sin, right? It can pick really easily by landing a Q, jumping in there, kicking them backwards. If you lose your carry, then the poke comp is done.
Okay, cool. So we kind of have an idea of what we're going to see today. We are now into the picks and ban phases, and we see Braum has been the first to be banned out. Braum's a really strong champion right now. Really hard engages with his stun passive and a huge ultimate that just completely zones people out of fights. Have you had much experience laning against Braum's?
I haven't, but he has a really good defensive ability, right? It's obvious why you would ban him. He's incredibly strong, and his ability to protect the carries is just, nobody can do it like he can, right? With the way that he blocks the shield, what's it called? He blocks all the projectiles with the shield, and then he can stun too, by marking other targets, and it's just incredibly good at both offense and defense.
Yeah, I completely agree. He's just too strong to let go through picks now. We also see Kassadin, Jax, and Kale all being banned out. Those are pretty standard bans. Kassadin got a little bit of a rework, trying to nerf him down a little bit, but they did not do a good job of that. He's still one of the strongest champions in the game. Morgana ban. Seem to be focusing on supports on this blue side. I guess they want their bot lane to win. We'll see how that ends up.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It seems like they're really tilting themselves towards making sure that their AD carry gets strong.
We also see a Yasuo as the last ban for Purple Team. So, pretty standard bans. I was not expecting the Morgana ban.
That's generally, she counters Thresh and she counters Annie really hard, so it'd be interesting to see if they set up a kill lane bot.
We see an Aatrox hovered over here for the first pick on blue side. I'm not expecting this totally to go through. Yeah, Aatrox isn't really a champion that's currently really high in the meta. Not really useful with how engages and disengages are being played right now. And we do see Lee Sin locked in first for blue side. Lee Sin's a very strong champion, top lane or jungle. Some people even playing mid lane if you have the confidence. One of the strongest champions in the game. Executability, displacement, slow, high mobility, high skill cap though.
It's interesting because that goes along with the idea that they would have a kill lane bottom. Because if they pick Thresh, for example, you can pull Lee Sin in, hook somebody, pull them back. Lee Sin gets in there, slows them. Right, you have this like just extreme damage combo for setting up kills. So I think that'll work really well. Even if they have Annie, still really strong. You stun them, even without Tibbers, you can stun them, burst them, and then throw down a ton of CC. Nobody's getting out of that. At the very least, they'll burn Flash.
Yeah. So we see Evelynn and Fizz locked in on the purple side. Fizz not necessarily a very popular pick right now, but literally one of the strongest all-in burst assassins that we have. Just great. And Evelynn, great champion, great assassination. So it kind of looks like the purple team's setting up for more of an assassination type pick comp. But you know, this Lee Sin with his kicks are going to have a strong disengage for that particular thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two play out.
That is interesting. I mean, that's like a hardcore assassin team, trying to get those squishies in the back. But that leaves them without a tank, which means they're either going to have to do all the damage right at the beginning, or they're going to suffer the consequences. If they can't get rid of a carry right away, they are definitely going to suffer.
All right, we see Blitzcrank and Darius picked up for blue side. Blitzcrank, strong pick. Game-changing ability with his hooks. Also, game-changing ability if you miss hooks. And Darius. Darius, not a typical pick that we would see. Very strong lane bully. Very strong. One of the hardest people to lane against in the game. Really good executability. Not much mobility, which is why we don't see him picked up very often. But very interesting pickup. With the assassin potential, people going in makes Darius a strong pick because he doesn't have to worry about tracking down anybody. They're already going to be into the fight. We see a Lucian and Leona lane picked up. That is a really strong bot lane.
Yes, it is.
That is a scary bot lane. We might see a 2v1 lane swap here. Lucian Leona is just not something you want to take anyone else against. There is no possible way of countering that, especially without Braum or Morgana on the board. We do see a Caitlyn picked up and a Lissandra. So,
Interesting.
blue side is Lee Sin, Darius, Blitzcrank, Caitlyn, and Lissandra.
So that's hard engage, right? I mean, they're just looking to make a pick, kill whoever they can, and it's not bad because they have the other side is so squishy. I mean, so far they only have Leona as a tank.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if Lee Sin and Darius build damage, what purple side is going to do to counteract that much burst potential. We do see an Irelia being hovered over for purple side. Irelia is an incredibly strong mid to late game champion. True damage on her W, Heat 10 style, is just literally impossible to deal with at certain points in the game. To the point where you can nerf Irelia as much as you want, but her kit is going to allow her to just be one of the best champions in the game. So, great.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting team comps from both sides, really. I'm really interested to see how these play out. What do you think is going to be kind of the game style from each individual side?
Well, it's interesting to see 4 melees on the right side. I mean, that's a pretty serious commitment. If they get picked, right, then they don't really have anyone who can shoot from range except Lucian, and even his range is not that good. Uh, that's definitely not Caitlyn's range, right? Where Caitlyn and Lissandra can poke all day, they have two hooks on the other side, right? Blitz and Darius can both pull, and Lee Sin can kick anyone that gets pulled backwards, so that I mean that there's a lot of execution there. That's really a skill-based team comp. But if they do manage to pull that off, that's going to be deadly. Uh, I'm not even sure Fizz can get out of that.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting pick comp versus melee hard engage comp. Really, you see the blue team seems going to be rely on Darius and Blitzcrank grabs. They just want to single one person out and then snowball the rest of the fight. Where purple side is really going to be strong AoE potential with Evelyn, Fizz, and Leona, and it's really going to depend on how well they can peel off of Lucian. I really feel like that because four melees, one ranged. It's going to be difficult to control what happens in those fights. So, see a little technical issues on our stream. Give us a few seconds to clean that up, and it will be Beautimus again. Um, Although my face is still on there, so it's pretty beautiful as it seems right now.
You are a gorgeous man, Preston.
I am. I am. So tell us a little bit how you think the early game's going to play out. I mean, are we going to see some invades? The gold for first blood was upped, as well as the experience gains. So those invades are kind of prioritized now. So I mean, what team would win this invade? I mean, we have Blitzcrank on the blue side.
I assume Blitzcrank is invading. That's pretty much a go-to with Blitzcrank. But Evelyn and Fizz don't really pick up. Even Leona's not that strong at level 1. She has a stun, but it's okay. Uh, in terms of who has more CC, I guess the Leona plus Aurelia can both stun, so that's not bad. But if you get a Blitzcrank grab off, I don't know if the rest of their team can get in time to make anything happen. That person's just going to blow up. Uh, they have a lot of bursts, and I think the biggest problem with an assassin team is they really need to get fed early. If they don't make picks and they don't get snowballing, they're going to struggle in the late game because Fizz is a champion that absolutely needs kills to really do well, and so is Evelyn. I assume it's Evelyn jungle. That makes the most sense, and
Yeah, so
I don't.
now since the delay started, we can kind of go over the summoner spells since you can't really change what you're doing at this point. But we have Evelyn jungle versus a Lee Sin jungle. Looks like it's going to be Darius versus Aurelia top. Obviously, Caitlyn and Blitzcrank versus Leona and Lucian, and Lissandra versus Fizz. So we do see Darius with no teleport. That's probably going to play a huge factor in this game. Tops without teleport seem to be less effective than tops with teleport. How do you see that particular kill potential on Darius playing out versus the global pressure from Aurelia?
It's so funny. I don't know why that was never a thing before. Uh, Everyone used to pick Ignite, and it was all about, let's kill each other as fast as possible early and often and get that top lane fed. Uh, and coming from a Dota background, it was always interesting because in Dota you always carry a TP scroll, and it's always important to teleport across the map. And when I switched, it was always just funny to go, wait, so nobody moves around in this game? And now all of a sudden, a couple of years later, here everyone's picking teleport because they're like, oh, the global presence is just indomitable. Uh, and so Aurelia is probably going to lose early. Darius does need Ignite to really take her out because her hitting style really just heals her back so easily. But in the late game, if he doesn't get really ahead, right? If he can't kill her a couple of times with Lee Sin, they're going to really struggle later because she's just going to farm up and be able to really have a presence in late game. She'll just split push all day, and then they'll either have to deal with it or she'll lose towers.
Yeah, Irelia are just one of the strongest late game champions that there is in the game, comparable almost to Jax, really, with how much she scales. Um, One thing to note, and this is interesting, we have a platinum and 4 golds versus 5 diamonds.
Oh,
We see a lot sometimes, the big advantage that these diamond players have is lane mechanics. If the gold and plat players can escape the lane phase, it becomes an even game. The decision making seems to be equivalent through probably gold one all the way up to diamond late game. But it's the early game lane mechanics that just get the diamond players so far ahead that it's just impossible to win after that. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the lower elo players play their lane and if they can pull off the upset here.
yeah, I really look forward to seeing just exactly what happens. I mean, if the Lee Sin is diamond, or is it the other side?
The other side.
The other side. Well, it should be interesting to see what Evelyn and Fizz manage to pull off. I would imagine that's where most of the fighting will start. Lissandra on the other side is a really good, really good. Hang on one sec. Let me just join this game. Um, Lissandra has a lot of ability to lock down. If she doesn't blow her W early, she and her E, she probably can get out of any gank that they can accomplish until at least 6. So she should be able to harass Fizz no problem. Um, it'll be interesting to see what happens bot lane because Evelyn can come around behind Caitlyn Blitz, and Blitz is really only an engaged champion. He can't disengage very well. There's always the flash hook to tower, but that requires the enemy team to make a mistake as much as anything.
Yeah, definitely. Blitzcrank doesn't really have any disengage potential until he has his silence and E abilities, and even then he has to go up into the fight again to E people. So,
Yeah.
interesting lane mechanics that's going to happen bot lane. Really interested to see how they pull off a fight against Leona Lucian. Very difficult lane matchup there, and it's going to be interesting to see the strong ganker of Lee Sin versus the not so strong ganker of Evelyn. Evelyn, she does have her various stealth potentials, but at the same time, she does not have any hard crowd control, where Lee Sin has his slow. So, going to be interesting to see that particular matchup, especially before 6. Looking for the game to take some big dives before that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, Darius is a lane monster. I mean, he's virtually unbeatable unless he makes some serious mistakes. But the what's it called? I mean, Evelyn is he loses to ganks. So Evelyn is the perfect hero to pick against that because he'll be able to really get in there.
We see some early warding here, some cheeky starts from each side. So kind of walk us through what you expect to see from the early lane matchups.
I'm actually surprised that they're not invading. Is Fizz suiciding? Nice. I mean, I expect that. Ideally, they would take it fairly easy. I think that Darius is going to bully the crap out of Aurelia early on. Fizz is going to have to play really conservatively against Lissandra until he's at least 2 or 3. If she's good, she can probably push him back away from the wave, while Eve is trying to do her jungle and get level 3. I don't think anything's going to happen bottom unless Blitzcrank grabs someone. I mean, it's something where, even level 1, Blitzcrank can't do much. If he grabs somebody, what's Caitlyn going to do? Shoot them? They're going to shoot her back, right? It doesn't accomplish much. He really needs to be level 2 so he can pop them up if we can get that extra damage off.
Yeah, it seems like we're going for pretty standard starts by each side. Not really what we expected to see, especially with the really aggressive gank potential of each side. Well, what kind of thought process would you see behind that, going with the less aggressive starting?
I'm really surprised they didn't invade. They might have just chickened out when they saw that when they saw that there was a ward, but they could have easily gone around the bottom. Darius taking a lot of minion damage up here. Oh, he's actually losing. Caitlyn picked traps first, so that's a really defensive start. She's just trying to be annoying, and they're just eating up the traps. They do not care.
So we see a lot of early harass coming in from these guys.
What's Fizz doing? Ballsy. So Lee Sin has finished. No, he's decided to skip his blue buff.
Wow, that damage. So we say,
Oh!
Darius pulls Irelia into tower. Irelia
did not
ends
take
up
a tower hit.
queuing out. Did not take a tower hit. I thought that was going to change the way that lane went.
Yeah.
You see Lucian kind of pushing in with Leona against that Caitlyn Blitzcrank combo, so it's typically what we see from that. You see Fizz taking a lot of early harass, but really trying to force Lissandra out of lane. A fight here in the jungle.
So
Lee Sin gets
screwed.
taken by Evelyn. Oh, she goes the wrong way. Lee Sin might get out of this. Irelia comes in, juice to him.
Yeah.
Irelia first blood in the jungle. Double buff.
So that
Irelia.
map awareness
Wow.
on Aurelia's part was really nice.
That was great map awareness, and we see already that the difference in map awareness play by each side. We see a lot of traps going down bot lane from Caitlyn, and we see an early gank coming in here mid lane by Evelyn. We'll see how this goes. Misgrab there by Blitzcrank. There's the gank. He's coming in. They're going to tower. Nope, they didn't tower dive. They pulled back. Some good damage onto Lissandra, and then they're just going to push this to tower and go back and buy some item. Good play, and we see some continuous counter jungling by Evelyn. She finds Lee Sin in the jungle, thinks better of it. Maybe, yeah, she gets out. Good play by Evelyn. She's just trying to continue that counter jungle pressure, and but she backs out because of the 2v1 situation. So really aggressive start. Here's the Lucian Leona combo. Huge burst damage potential on the Blitzcrank. Leona steps on a trap though. She gets out. They decide to pull back. We see Lee Sin coming in, posturing for a gank possibly. Caitlyn's.
Oh, can Blitzcrank set it up?
It's going to be relying on that blitz grab. Leona's just going in, getting their Targons down. Targon's brace, not really a typical buy you see anymore. Hard to continuously use for the gold proc, but good on melee champions such as Leona and Braum. So really aggressive beginning from both sides, but only one kill. What are you seeing so far that you like and that you don't like?
Hang on one moment. So far, it seems like Blitz is struggling to land his hooks, which is, kind of the point of picking Blitz is landing those hooks. They seem pretty even.
Oh, we see him going in. Leona jumps on the Caitlyn. Lucian comes in with the double tap.
Here comes Lee Sin,
Lee's coming in for the counter gank. Misses his Q, gets the E down, gets the slow. She's gonna walk away though. I thought Caitlyn was gonna go down there with the burst potential from Leona, but manages to walk out and equalize the lane. Again, aggressive start. Not making anything happen though. Really lame beginning so far. We see Mikey the Bully going in on Fizz to Lissandra. Takes some big harass, not really dealing anything back on Lissandra.
That's keeping up in CS though. Look at that.
Yeah,
she bought boots. It's kind of strange.
Boots and double Dorans. That's a questionable build decision early against Fizz, but we do see a gank posturing in, maybe waiting for Fizz to hit 6 so he has chum the waters. And here we go, there it is. He hit 6, he's going in. Oh, she didn't know he was there. He misses the ult. Wow, that
changed it. That would have hit her too.
Oh, that would have hit her, but she got there at the last second, out of range from the ult. They changed the way that ult tags onto people, so a little bit harder to do now. Almost perfect, and they look to be doing it again. Evelyn's right there. Lissandra knows all about that though.
Lissandra still has her ult though. That's really dangerous. If they go under the tower, they're dead.
Yeah, that's some danger zone stuff right there.
Danger zone.
Danger zone.
Aurelia popped her ult up top just to get a couple CS. That was kind of strange too.
I think Aurelia is just playing for the late game. They've bullied each other a couple of times, and Darius seems to be getting the best of that. One thing to note, though, Aurelia is 56 CS, and Darius is 29. Oh, we can't come in. Oh, she's going in on him. Oh, the Darius guillotine cuts her down, gets her with the Ignite. We see the kill potential coming in from Ignite versus the teleport. So big plays at top lane equalizes the kills. That was great. That Lee Sin pressure is actually doing a lot more than I thought he would. It seems like Blue Side's trying to escape this lane phase without getting too far behind. They are behind a little bit in CS. We'll see how the rest of this plays out. So, what do you think the game plan is here for now for Blue Side? You know, they're kind of equal in gold. They're only 1,000 behind. They're not winning the CS battle. Do you think the Purple Side's just going to stall this game out, get the CS advantage? What do you think's going to happen?
Well, so far Purple Team is up 1,000 gold, and they're even in kills, so it's just a CS lead. That's kind of it's kind of scary actually. Oh man, Lucian is so far ahead, and Aurelia too. I mean, that's the lane mechanics you were talking about, where the Diamond players are just getting the CS while harassing, and they just know how to do that.
Yeah, the lane mechanics really are what define these matchups, it seems to be. I've actually seen one game in these tournament series that went to the late game, and the gold team actually ended up winning that game just because they got out of the lanes, you know?
Yeah.
We just see the same thing. We see the lane mechanics just not quite where they need to be to make this matchup even.
I mean, one of the things that I really like about Blitzcrank is so few people are good at him that it's a lot of times.
See, the bullet goes into on Lasandra. Just getting some harass down. You see a DC. We're gonna have a pause coming out here. Yeah, there's the pause. So we have a pause. Looks like Static is having some internet issues. So.
Oh man, Purple Team is 2,000 gold ahead now.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So the lane mechanics just really what define these matchups. You see 84 CS to 56 CS. That's enough for a Cutlass versus a Vamp Scepter. You see 82 CS to 36 CS with Darius. You know, that's a giant. That's almost a completed Warmogs versus Phage. Just astronomically different, and it even comes back to the Evelyn and Lee Sin. 28 CS versus 41 CS. You see Evelyn level 7 almost completely to level 8, and Lee Sin's level 6. Just the level advantages and the differences. The only lane that we really see it equalized in is Lysandra versus Fizz. That seems to be a very equal matchup, and that shouldn't be. Fizz should be losing that lane handedly.
Yeah, he should.
So we see a gank potential coming in. Blitzcrank coming in with a hook. Can he hit it? Can he hit it? This is going to be game changing. He gets
Leona.
Oh, Leona's going to go down.
Oh, the kick.
Oh, he misses the kill. Leona dodges back to it. Oh, Caitlyn gets caught out. Oh, the arm goes down. The culling comes across her face and hits him down. The ignite goes down. Evelyn's going. Evelyn's going to dive in. No, they're going to pull off, wait for the minions, push to the tower, and take him out. Oh, we see Aurelia get grabbed into the tower, but the power is just too much. They're going in. They're going to keep going. Oh, they're not going to get him. There's no way. Oh, she gets grabbed into the tower. Oh, Fiona go in. Lucian comes across, hits him off. Double tap coming down. Lee Sin down to the face. Lucian goes down to the tower, though. Oh, but that's a 3 for 1. Finn's going to come get that kill. Oh, he gets it. Mikey the Bully gets it. Lysandra comes in. Huge takes out.
They overstayed.
Wow. No. That was a lot. That ended up being a 3 for 2 trade. Blue Side actually comes out better on that at the end of the day. That was great. Lysandra, great map awareness. Great coming down. Probably a little too aggressive from Purple Side there. Great stuff going on there. You see Aurelia just bullying this Darius.
Health is just sick. I mean, she could be at half life and she'd have as much life as Darius.
This is why in top lane a lot you'll hear people say you have to build tanky first, or you're gonna lose the lane. If you're not snowballing, if you're not 3 kills ahead of your opponent in top lane and you build offensive, you're gonna lose. That's just the way it goes. I'm a top lane player. That's kind of where I draw my calling card from, so I like to watch that lane more. You have to build tanky first. You don't have a choice unless you get like 2 kills early and you're just snowballing. You have to build those tanky items first. There's no choice. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So
and part of it is that because Darius has true damage, you just build health against him. Now that Warmog's back, it's much easier to counter him, because before when it was gone, all you could build was Randuin's. It just doesn't do the same thing. It's not nearly as good.
yeah, and again, we still see this Fizz keeping up with Lissandra on CS. Lissandra actually prioritized boots over a tier 2 magic item, which maybe not what I would have done. Questionable call there, but we see it going in.
Here it comes. That
and it's first potential.
Oh, they are both gone.
Comes down. The culling comes across his face. Double kill for purple side there. Great job.
That's what we were talking about with the lack of disengage on their part. I mean, Blitzcrank just can't do anything. He's not able to help. Here's a free dragon.
Free dragon, and we see Aurelia just power playing, proxying the minion waves. Nothing Darius can do in that lane. This Lissandra really the. Oh, Mikey is pulling it across the thing. Lissandra might get away.
Will she get out? She will.
Got away. Really hard to stick to Lissandra. Very difficult champion to stay on. So good escape there. We still see Aurelia just proxying the waves, making Darius farm under that tower. Very difficult for pretty much anyone to do.
Just take the blue buff. Evelyn took the last one, so it's probably really happy to have that extra mana against the Chalice. Although they nerfed Chalice, right? It's not as good anymore. A lot of people have been going tier.
Yeah, Athene's.
Melanomicon?
This is not a good fight for Lee Sin.
Oh, that is a really bad idea. Look at the health bar. She's almost at 3,000 life already.
We see Lissandra coming up. I really could probably just take all 3 of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, she's not struggling.
We see Evelyn coming in. This is going to be a.
That's bad news for Lisa.
Oh, Fizz is coming up too. There is no way this
trying
ends.
to bait that so hard.
She is baiting that really well. Evelyn's coming in. They're going back in Aurelia. They know. They're getting out. They understand. Oh, the Lee Syndrome. Is he going to go in? No, he does not. He does not do the typical Lee Sin thing. He did not go in on the Q. You see a lot of people, if the Q hits, they just automatically go. Did not fall victim to the Lee Syndrome there. So, almost a bad situation for blue team. They sniffed it out. They kind of smelled out the bait, and they got out wisely. We do see a 3-man gank onto Aurelia. This might be good for them. Aurelia's going down.
And they kill her.
Oh, still kills Darius.
3v1.
Wow.
Down.
The health difference is just so astronomical there. There was nothing they could do.
But part of that, right, is he has no disengage like we talked about, and so in the last gank, he had to. Oh, that was close. In the last gank, he had to blow flash to get away because he has no escapes.
Oh, they're going in. The culling comes across.
Oh, that shield saved his life, maybe.
The heal and the shield saved Blitzcrank there. Leona ult down. This might be a time they try and play something. If Blitz can hit a grab, this would be the perfect time. They stepped on a trap. That would have been a great grab there. Stepped on another trap. No grab still. Okay, so Leona is just carrying this lane on her back. The stuns and the dashes are on point.
Yeah, as soon as she waited for Blitz to use his grab, and once that's down, he really doesn't have anything. She knew that, so she went in.
I really want to compliment Miss Sandra though. She is going up against a far superior as far as skill-wise opponent, and she's holding her own. She is 2-0, equivalent CS, doing really well. Really the only hope for her team right now, to be honest with you. Aurelia is just taking it to Darius. You're gonna pull that to you? That might not have been the best idea.
Well, she did get under tower, but yeah, he's going Triforce. Look at that item difference. She has a Warmogs on top of what he has.
Yeah. So
Like, that's just not a fight you want to fight. Yeah, she's just gonna dive tower all day.
just
She
obliterate.
doesn't even have boots yet. She doesn't care. Like,
We see a 1,000 gold lead 5 minutes ago become a 6,000 gold lead almost right before our eyes.
and it's not in kills. It's
Yeah.
just in objectives and in CS.
It's just been posturing, knowing when to fight, knowing where to fight. That's just helped the purple team out. We did see their really over-aggression early kind of hurt them, but they've kind of settled back into their rhythm now. And still not being able to gank this Lissandra, a very slippery champion, especially without a hard crowd control. So, I mean, we see this.
Oh, Lee Sin's in trouble.
Oh, man,
He's gonna kick her into tower and it's not gonna do anything.
not gonna help.
So screwed. Come on, you got a Sightstone.
Oh man. So this Aurelia is just too powerful. What do you think the rest of the game's gonna be? Is this gonna be a split push Aurelia all day, or is this gonna
I'm
be
not even sure they'll make it that far at this rate. I mean, Lee Sin bought himself a Sightstone. Didn't more jump away.
Oh, this one. They didn't get her!
That's not enough.
Oh, and Leona comes
Leona's
in.
here
She's
too.
still gonna. Oh wow.
Tower's too low.
That was a great play. I thought
That
that
was great.
Chino Pirate was going to go down there, but they had the wherewithal to take down the tower as well as taking down Lissandra. Great try by Lissandra. That was a great ult. And we just see Aurelia just taking people out like she doesn't care. Wow. Blitzcrank,
Yeah, Darius's build is a little bit weird.
this might not be the best.
Oh, that's not good for Blitz.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good for Blitz.
So,
Caitlyn was busy trapping or warding or something.
and there
Oh,
goes
no.
See a 2v1 by Lucian. Just, same
mean-
thing we were talking about. Just didn't escape the lane phase.
Well, part of it is she doesn't realize what Lucian's got. Right? Like she has a BF sword and a pickaxe. He has a Bork and the Yumus. That's rough.
Yeah, that is quite rough. Oh, they're going in.
Oh, Lee Sin, bad idea.
Dead though, but it doesn't matter. Lucian's just tearing
So dead.
them apart.
Yeah.
He's out of
At
it
this-
now, but
No, they're just
still
going.
going in.
They're going on tilt.
Leona does not care. There comes the DFG. She makes it out. Oh no! Leona says no. I want you to die. We see Aurelia just literally taking on everyone. Evelyn comes in. She's gonna get 2 kills here. She's gonna dive the tower.
Oh wow.
She has a lot of
Oh,
armor
wow.
now. Just nothing Blue Team can do. The power is too high.
Interesting. She went Gauntlet on Evelyn.
Yeah, that seems to be a popular thing now. The tankiness that she gets from that, as well as the slow utility, really seem to help Evelyn out. So,
Yeah, we were talking about how she doesn't have hard CC, and now at least she has a slow.
yeah.
And really, it's just tanking the tower.
I
Getting
really,
the,
really just
oh man.
overpowering this game in a way that you see few Aurelias doing this early. This is a serious threat with Aurelia typically late. You don't typically see the power spike before 30 minutes, but this is a full-blown Aurelia right here. So it's very fun to see, very hard for the other team to come back from.
Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time bringing this one back. It's already a 14K difference.
So it is going to be hard, but what do you see as the only roads back? What do you see as the possibility of them making a comeback?
I mean, they would have to make picks, right? The Diamond team.
Oh, good try! Oh, he's going to go down. Good job.
They're getting very cocky, right? They're getting extremely over pushed, as we saw bottom. Where, I mean, they're diving the second tower just to do it. If they do that too many times. And the blue team is able to get some kills out of it, there's actually a chance they could come back. But, I mean, they would have to go way over. They're going to take this middle tower.
Blue team is doing really well on grouping.
Purple team's kind of scattered still.
Yeah. Blue team has decided they don't.
They feel like they've won. And that's
Aurelia's coming in. She's stuck on Caitlyn.
Yeah, they all gathered up.
All down. Double kill. Triple kill.
I mean, Leona just landed her ult on like 3 people.
Yeah,
and Aurelia's ult went through 3 people, and I mean that was just can't bunch up like that.
That was a good idea by blue side, but again, the power differential is just to the point where maybe not stay for that fight.
Fizz throws his spin. I mean, part of it, right, is I don't think they realize what Evelyn has. Like, look at her items. She just bought a Sunfire Cape.
Yeah.
She's stacked and tanky, and they focused her first. She was the only one that died. And she only died because there were 4 people on her.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a good idea to focus her.
Yeah, this Lucian just doing a whole lot of work right now. We see Blitzcrank grab.
Can't even get there in time to make anything happen.
I don't think
doesn't look like it.
This Leona is just gonna casually walk out of the jungle.
Yeah.
And
Lucian's gonna turn around and kill him.
they did manage to clear out a ward, reassert some type of vision control. Blue side has really good vision of the entire red side of their jungle. Very bad vision of the blue side of their jungle. So it's going to be interesting to see where they choose to fight. If they choose to fight. If I were blue side at this point, I would just be sitting at towers trying to farm up as much as I can. You know, trying to stall this game out. If they can make it last another 20-30 minutes, you know, they might have a chance, but it's not going to happen in the next 10-20 minutes. And you're just going to see purple team push down these towers, so... Might be
what are you doing,
at this point, not a great idea by Lee Sin, but they do manage to take down... No, wait.
No.
He survived?
Come on.
What? What?
Oh, man. Caitlyn ulted instead of just attacking him twice. So it just went right into Leona.
They're just getting a free tower here. We do see Darius coming in. Do we see a flash grab? No, he whiffs the grab. Is doing a little showboating for whatever reason. And purple team just... I don't know if it's luck that Lucian got away there, or if it's just different skill levels, but that was impressive that he is not dead. But we do see Darius getting onto him. Oh, Lucian's gonna pop the Amu's Ghost Blade. If he has more Darius gets him with the guillotine!
Darius, Blitz is there to help you.
Darius says, I don't want none of you.
Oh, Blitz wastes his hook for a little bit of damage.
Yeah, Blitzcrank, maybe not the best pickup for mobile teams such as what he's facing. Aurelia is just not having any of your crap right now. She's gonna do what she wants.
Lee Sin keeps expecting people to run away when he runs up to them, but these guys know that he has he's 3 and 7, so they're not afraid of him at all.
The flash! That was a really good flash.
Oh, that extra health is just keeping her so tanky.
And she's not.
Come on, Darius. Execute her before the fish in.
My bully just doesn't care either. Yeah, at this point, purple team knows how much more powerful they are, and they're just
they're not afraid at all. Any 2v2, I mean, even with Leona is incredibly stacked. 3-2 and 11 versus 1-7 and 4. I mean, she has a Randuin's, and Blitz has a tier.
Yeah, another thing to point out is Fizz has a Magi Soul Stealer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he just got it. It looks like it only has a couple of stacks in that.
Oh, that's a lot
I have a couple more.
Fizz pops Barrier. Oh, no, excuse me. That's Seraph's Embrace. No, that was Barrier. Fizz pops Barrier there and doesn't go in, so that might be something
he doesn't have Barrier. No, that was Leona's Face of the Mountain.
Oh, okay.
She was predicting him going in for the kill. His deck is made.
Okay. Well, then I stand corrected. But he didn't go in on that shield, so maybe something to consider going forward for blue side. This might be a good time since all of the ultimates for purple side are down to make something happen. But it looks like purple team's just going to wait until their combos come back up and head to kill Darius.
Far out. Oh. He knows it too.
They're going for this blue buff. Look for them to go to Baron after this. That would be...
Yeah, they could probably 3-man Baron at this point. It would be risky. But,
Risk.
looks like they're just farming up.
Risk makes champions there. Risk makes champions. So, interesting game so far. Purple, yeah, here's the Baron. Purple team's just going to split push into Baron. Aurelia is going to solo the team. Just nothing blue side's going to be able to...
What's Caitlyn doing? She's just like running along next to...
Real hard to orb walk. Doesn't have quite the attack speed or the movement speed to do it properly. Aurelia is pulling a trick 2G and going an inventive way out of their base. Not really going to be anything happening there, as Aurelia has Warmogs and Barons, so she'll probably be full life even before she starts hitting the minions. So
they didn't change Atmas, right? But she got one.
I have not seen an Atmas Taylor in a long time. She'll probably get caught out.
54
this might
bonus
be a
damage.
bad situation for her.
Bleed.
Oh, the game's over. /FF. Victory for both side. So great game. Great to see. You was bred, now you toast. Getting back to some championship form. Again, just barely. If they had gotten out of that lane phase, I think that would have been a little bit of different late game. But with the way Aurelia was just pounding on their team, there was not much they could do. Lucian took on 3 people by himself again. Difficult to really justify any way out. We see the support. Leona had more gold than anyone on the other team. So just big differences in CS, big differences in team play.
And itemization. I mean, you see Aurelia went tank right away, and Darius built a phage into Triforce, where she already had Warmogs and was building into Triforce, right? And he just had no way to fight her. He had no damage, and he had no tankiness. And she had both, somehow. I mean, she has damage because she's Aurelia, and then she has tankiness because she went Warmogs.
Yeah, again, going back, as I said, I'm a top laner. That's what I play. If your opponent builds tank and you didn't, you're going to have a bad time. You cannot build aggressively top lane if you're going against a tank, because their health difference is just going to kill you. Unless you're playing a champion like Riven or Jace, where your burst potential is just obscene, you're going to die. That's just the way it's going to happen every single time, especially if you're trying to play aggressive like that Darius was. So that lane really is what snowballed the game, in my opinion. That top pressure they couldn't keep out really allowed the rest of the team to just play in a really fluid manner, diving towers all over the place. So great game. Thank you so much, Onslaught, for playing in our tournament. We really appreciate you guys coming out. And congratulations to You Was Bred, Now You Toast. We are going to cut to a quick commercial. Don't forget to follow the stream, like the Facebook page, and if you want to donate, you're welcome to. It helps us out, helps the stream out, and we'll be right back.